I've traveled all over the world, and I choose Toronto as my home. I'm lucky to have all the excitement of a major city along with the natural beauty I love.
The first time I saw Toronto, I decided I had to live here.
This is my wife, Kathy. She grew up in the States.
In New York City. The first time I saw Toronto's skyline, I thought, this looks like the city of the future. That was the trip where I met John.
I showed her every neighborhood in Toronto. Each one has its own personality. And visitors are welcome everywhere in the city.
That's when I decided to stay. This is the city of the future, and it's always growing and reinventing itself. It's dynamic, vibrant, everything changes constantly, except for the warm and hospitable spirit of the people who live here.
Welcome. No matter where you come from, you're an honored guest in Toronto.
But this is every day, no? Come here and buy the ticket and come.
That's it. Once the sun is.
Did you know that Toronto has the largest population of Italians outside Italy? Take a walk through our Little Italy, and you'll find a neighborhood bustling with the sounds and sights of Italy. Toronto is a mosaic celebrating the cultural diversity of the people who live here. The best way to get the pulse of this city is to explore it on foot. After all, you're in one of the safest metropolitan areas in North America. Every neighborhood has its own personality. You can hear more than 180 different languages and dialects spoken, and enjoy foods of every land in thousands of restaurants. Visit Greektown for delicious souvlaki, or try pierogies in Toronto's Little Poland neighborhood. Celebrate Chinese New Year in Chinatown, where you can also sample Thai, Japanese, and other Asian cuisine. Shop for silks and jewelry at the Gerard India Bazaar, North America's largest South Asian ethnic market. Along with the city's world-class dining and shopping, we have an impressive calendar of cultural events and festivals. Music, food, shopping, dance, and performance. There's always something happening in Toronto's multicultural neighborhood. Buildings on Earth. It's more than 550 meters tall, about 3 times as tall as the Seattle Space Needle, and more than 1 3/4 the height of the Shard in London.
On a clear day, you can see all the way to Niagara Falls from the sky pod near the top. Thrill seekers buy tickets to Edgewalk. Full circle, hands-free, walk around the roof with the main pod.
I'll watch you do it, honey. That's thrill enough for me.
You're sweet when you're being a coward.
The huge white dome to the left of the CN Tower is an indoor-outdoor sports and entertainment stadium. It's named the Rogers Center. But here in Toronto, we just call it the Sky Dome. Everybody in town turns out to support our baseball team, the Blue Jays. We also head to the stadium for concerts, festivals, and other events. The Sky Dome has the world's first fully retractable motorized stadium roof. Even with that roof closed, you could fit a 31-story office building inside the stadium. And it would take more than 1.5 billion liters of milk to fill it completely.
Why would anyone fill a stadium with milk?
The same reason they put an office building in it, I guess.
A passenger on this cruise once saw Toronto Harbor and said, I thought Lake Ontario would be much bigger. If you're wondering, the shore ahead of us isn't New York State, it's Toronto Island. Although we're on the north shore of Lake Ontario, one of the 5 Great Lakes, the lake is out of sight on the other side of the island.
Right now, we're sitting around the end of the runway at Billy Bishop Toronto City Airport. You might want to raise the volume if a plane flies overhead.
The name Toronto probably comes from a Mohawk word meaning where there are trees standing in the water. It could refer to saplings that the Iroquois used to build fish traps in narrow channels. The first French explorers reached Lake Ontario in the 1500s and found a sophisticated First Nations culture. The Iroquois had never met any Europeans, but they owned European goods because their trade network stretched eastward to the Atlantic coast. France and Britain colonized Ontario and competed for the profitable trade in furs with First Nations people. The first British lieutenant governor of this province gave Toronto a more English-sounding name, York. It didn't catch on, and the settlement of York was eventually incorporated as the city of Toronto.
Welcome to the islands. Hold on, not those islands. That's right, the Toronto Islands. From a distance, they look like one big island enclosing the harbor. In reality, there are 17 islands separated by canals. I get nostalgic whenever I come out to the islands, especially in the fall when flocks of migrating blue jays fly over the islands on their way south. A trip to the islands feels like a mini vacation in a peaceful, natural playground, just a stone's throw from the hectic activity city side. As you'll discover, a few lucky Torontonians get to live here.
Riding the ferry boat to the Toronto Islands has been a way of life in the city for almost 200 years. We're sailing near one of the 3 island ferry terminals, Hanlan's Point. That point of land got its name from John Hanlan, one of the Toronto Island's first year-round residents. Hanlan built a hotel and a wharf in this location back in 1866. The islands had already become a popular getaway for tourists and local residents, especially during the hot summer months. Here, visitors could play in amusement parks, swim on sandy beaches, and sail along shaded canals. Babe Ruth was the first home run of his professional career in a stadium on the Toronto Islands, the city's first resort district.
We do.